I've been gone for a while, so we're gonna do some casual gold staking. I'm not looking to like get win streaks or anything. I'm kind of just looking to farm gold stickers for C++. And I'm just gonna do a little lore drop about what has been going on in the non-Balatro portion of the Focus Shock life. And commentary videos do really well on YouTube, so I'm gonna clickbait the hell out of my trauma. Yeah! So we're just gonna run some casual gold stake. I'm gonna go through every deck, and we're gonna do a little story time here. So I haven't, obviously, because you know the majority of you are in the Discord, and also the majority of you have a little organ in the human body called eyes. So you probably noticed for the past, I think it's been like 3 days. My favorite streamer that advertises himself as a streamer that streams daily at 11 p.m. Central, except for Sundays. Call to action. See how I fit that in? Smash like. My favorite streamer didn't stream for like 3 days in a row. So I posted like updates in the Discord, obviously, just because like I don't want to completely hang you guys out to dry and just like dip and then come back and be like, yes, sorry, I was dealing with things, but I didn't care enough to tell you. So we're gonna do a little story time. I'm gonna walk you through the past like 3 days from my experience. So this is, God, when did this happen? Chat, when did I send the first message? It was probably like, it was April 30th. So what was that, Tuesday? What's today, Saturday? Second Friday, first Thursday. No, it would have been Wednesday. Did I stream on Tuesday? Where am I? When is it? What year is this? Okay, April 30th was a Wednesday, so I streamed Monday and Tuesday of this week. Okay, this should tell you how in shambles I've been for the past however many days. I think this does not win, but it gets close. Actually, it's ×9. Never mind. We're completely fine there. Anyway, so Wednesday, we had a good stream on Tuesday. I think we did like a couple of stakes of the Pokemon Nuzlocke. I think we got all the way up to blue stake. Not completed. I don't think we completed blue stake, but I think we completed everything up until blue stake, which is actually really huge. If you're watching this on YouTube, videos on that will be coming out pretty soon, so stay tuned. Also, I'm gonna die here because I'm not finding any jokers that I really want to take in my shop, and Smiley Face is gonna pass away. But that's neither here nor there right now. Anyway, so we had a good stream Tuesday night. Wake up Wednesday, you know, everything's going all right. Wednesday actually started out fantastic. Did my morning routine, yada yada. Chris with the follow on Twitch, welcome in, thank you. Wednesday started out fantastic. Did my morning routine, yada yada, so on and so forth. Pretty good day. Talked to the Unseen Explosion. Again, if this goes on YouTube, link in the description, because that dude is an awesome creator, and you should go watch everything that he has to offer, because he is my GOAT, and if you don't watch him, you hate me. So, go watch him. Talk to him because, I don't want to spoil anything, but an indie dev joined my Discord and reached out to me. This blew my mind, because I'm a dude. I consider myself to be a relatively small creator, so the fact that this even happened to me, I was like, whoa, dude, I made it. An indie dev joined the Discord, and they were like, hey, I saw that you made Balatro content. I'm working on this roguelike game. It's pretty similar to Balatro. It comes out, we're releasing it. They have a demo out right now. We're releasing it in the next fest on Steam. You should play it because you're a creator and we like creators and we, you know, play our game. And I was like over the moon. I was like, wow, that's like super cool. This has no relevance to the story. I don't even really know why I'm saying it, but like I'm building suspense, okay? Let me tell the story. So indie dev reached out to me. I was like, cool. I don't know if I'm going to check this out because I do, you know, I don't know if you guys pay attention to what I post on my YouTube channel, but it is entirely Balatro at this point in time. So I laid it out to him. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this because I normally just do Balatro. Why don't we get a gold sticker on you? And you know what? I don't know why I sold that, because we could have kept it. I'm not buying this. We can't afford a rental. Smash like. Getting flashcard molt. Not buying the rental egg. Go next. I am very easily distracted. So I was like, cool. I reached out to the Unseen Explosion because I was like, okay, you know, he does Balatro content as well. He does really good Balatro content. So I'm going to reach out to him as well just to see if he's interested in this perchance. And so we talked for a bit. We yapped at each other, if you will. Everything's fine and dandy. Get my videos edited for the day, so on and so forth. Pretty good. Focus Shock, I missed you so much. Thank you. Appreciate you, Kev. Welcome in. Are you sure you don't have ADD? Yeah, mods. Can we get that guy out of here? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so like, I don't know, 4 or 5 p.m. rolls around, and I get a call from my girlfriend. She's like just finishing up drama practice. Preface for the YouTube channel. My girlfriend's in high school. Preface, because a lot of people seem to have a misconception of how old I am. I am not, I don't even know if I can say the word on Twitch. I am not a pursuer of people who dig for coal, right? You know that word. I'm not one of those. I'm 18. My girlfriend's 17. Don't really know why I felt the need to say this. I'm sure the majority of people know, but I'm just making it known. Not a PDF file, if you will. Aside, that's beside the point. She calls me after like drama practice. I've been making passes at an 18-year-old. Yeah, somebody check this guy's PC. He's cooked. Anyway, chat, you're distracting me, bro, so much. Locker, that age gap is a little Epstein Island. I'm not even gonna get into that. Anyway, we're taking idle because I don't want to take I was gonna say hologram. What the hell is that Joker? God, I'm forgetting the name. Hallucination. God, thanks for nobody saying it in my chat. Y'all are a bunch of losers. Anyway, just kidding. I love you guys. Why am I playing flushes when I have Mad Joker? I can't tell stories and play Balatro if you haven't noticed. Finish the story. I'm getting there. She calls me at like after drama practice, and she's like, "Hey, Focus Shock," because she addresses me by my YouTuber name. I make her address her by my YouTuber name because it's what I deserve, or I break up with her. Anyway, she says, "Hey, Focus Shock." I don't know if I'm going to leave that in the video. No, I'm leaving that in. It's hilarious. I'm funny. You can't tell me I'm not. She says, "Hey, Focus Shock, I'm still coming over to your place, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, okay, let's go see." For those of you who may not know, they re-released Star Wars Revenge of the Sith for its like 20-year anniversary or whatever. And my girlfriend and I are both nerds. So she was like, "Do you want to go see this?" I was like, "Sure, that sounds cool." And she was like, "Okay, well, there's only this is at like 5 p.m. probably. I don't remember if I said that because I have early onset dementia. This is at like 5 p.m. or something." And she's like, "Okay, well, we should probably eat beforehand, right? Because she has like a curfew because she's still in high school." Again, not a pursuer of coal gatherers, but she does have a curfew. BMW with the 1 bit. Man, I appreciate that. That's really getting me out of this rut that I'm in. Oh, with another bit too. I appreciate that, man. WBMW. Okay, can we not do the 1 bit a billion times, especially when I'm trying to clickbait story time? Can we not do that? Anyway, and then bro gives me 2 bits. I mean, I know that's obliging by what I'm saying, but like, you understand what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna reroll. We're losing this run. I'm not even like close to. I should probably just reset right here. Like I'm resetting right here. There's no rhyme or reason to this run whatsoever. I was gonna switch to a different deck, but we got an investment tag, so here I am. She's like, "Okay, we should probably eat beforehand." So I was like, "Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Let me go to the downstairs freezer to see what I could, you know, to see if I have some frozen cuisine that I could whip up in a timely fashion so that I don't have to make like a huge meal before we have to catch a movie in what is pretty much like, I don't know, 2 hours. I probably could have cooked something, but I mean, the majority of the stuff that I would have to cook anyways in the downstairs freezer. So I was like, let me just go check the downstairs freezer. I knew Revenge of the Sith wasn't the best, but damn, it destroyed your week. No, Revenge of the Sith was actually a pretty good part. of the week, if I'm being honest. Listening to bro tell stories, feeling like those sloths from Zootopia. You would get 10 minutes for that if I had mods in YouTube, but sadly I'm not that smart. So you dodged that one. So she's like, okay, what do we have for dinner? I was like, okay, let me go check the downstairs freezer. Go downstairs to my basement, flick the light on. Oh shit, chat. There is half an inch of standing water in my basement. It's not like, okay, that makes it sound kind of worse than what it is. There is there's probably an inch of standing water in certain places, but it's not like my entire basement. It's like half of my basement is like wet and the other half is like fine. I don't know what's happening, but like it's an old ass house, so I'm thinking to myself, oh, maybe like a pipe is like leaking or something, and this has just been going on for like forever. So I don't know. I have speculation, but I don't really know what's happening. I do let slip a few choice vocabulary words of the week. Like, think of when I'm having a really bad gold stake run and I'm like, man, I really wish the shop would bestow something good upon me. Think of like a word that I would say when I'm like, chat, I need something really good in the shop, and then I reroll and there's like an eternal juggler and a perishable rental magic 8-ball in that reroll. Think of the word that I would say in that scenario. Oh, bother. No, it was not, oh, bother. Think of the word that I would say in that scenario, but it was like 10 times as frequent and probably 3 times as loud. And that's what my girlfriend heard over the phone. So shout out, girlfriend, for not like immediately leaving me as I was slinging way too many obscenities. But to be fair, I was freaking out. So, it happens. So I go to address the problem. Bro said, or just bootstraps. That is true. It's the same word that I would say if I see bootstraps in a shop. You know what? You're kind of real for that. Also, we're doing a flush run, so it's making my week worse. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I go to address the problem. I'm like, I gotta call you back because I don't know what the hell is happening. Vicinity of obscenity. Stop making random System of a Down references, okay? It's the 16th time. We're probably like 20 minutes into the YouTube video, and I'm like 6% of the way through my story, okay? I'm about to be like Joe Bart in this bitch. All right, let me get to the story. Stop being funny. Finish the damn story. I'm trying. Anyway, so I go to address the situation. I don't know what's happening because I'm kind of an idiot when it comes to plumbing, but I can see that the genesis of the problem is in the circuit breaker room where the water heater conveniently happens to be. But I'm noticing that the genesis of this problem seems to be where the water heater is located. It's in the circuit breaker room. And that also I can hear some hissing coming from what I assume to be the water heater in that room. So I'm like, oh, that's really fun. That's awesome. I love that for me. So I call my mom. My mom works a job where she has to just pretend that she's at school and she can't have her phone on or her teachers would beat her. So I call her probably a baker's dozen times because I'm freaking out because there's an inch of standing water in certain places in my basement and she's not picking up her phone at all, which, like, not her fault, but like I was just a little bit angry. I was saying more of the perishable rental 8-ball words. So she finally gets home. We address the situation. It's a water pump problem, or not a water pump, a water heater problem. Our house is old as hell. And when I say old as hell, I mean old as hell. So our water heater has gotten to the point where it has essentially eroded. And there's like a pinhole in our water heater. So that's the genesis of my down spiral this week. Is I have had no running water for the past like half a week. And that's honestly, if I'm keeping the stack, that's like pretty much it for the story. There's like somewhat more to it, but it's essentially, I just needed a few days to myself if I'm keeping it real. Because not having running water and also the financial implications of having a water heater that has essentially eroded and there's a hole in it. I was stressing a little bit. because we're not exactly like a wealthy household. So if I'm just keeping it a stack, if I'm just keeping it $1.50 with y'all, I was like really worried that we weren't gonna like be of a we weren't going to be of financial status to be able to afford to like get this fixed. And so I was just kind of freaking out about that. I'm also a very like, I didn't really realize this until after we didn't have running water. I get really stressed out when I am like not hygienic. I did not think that that's something that I took that seriously. Thanks for the 2 more pennies, BMW. Really saving my ass with the water heater here. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't really like think that not being able to shower for multiple days was gonna impact me the way that it did. Don't spend it all in one place. BMW, I'm trying to clip farm a sad story and you're giving me money. Stop it! Give him money after he's done clip farming? Yeah, exactly. Or you can just give me another penny. Appreciate that, man. That's really getting me out of this rut that I'm in. Smash like for Wilson. Anyway, remember to use your Prime sub to pay for Shock's water heater. Can we mod that guy? So anyway, yeah, I took a couple of days because I wasn't able to shower, and that made me feel like shit. And also, I didn't think that I was going to be able to... I say I, like I'm the singular person in my household. I live with 2 other people. We're all, you know, it's a family house. But I was feeling like shit because I hadn't showered, and that just makes me feel nasty, and I really don't enjoy that. And I was also feeling like shit because I didn't think that, you know, we were going to be able to pay for a system so that we could shower again. You know, one of those things. So I don't know. I was just like kind of passively freaking out. And then yesterday, went to my girlfriend's place, had a really nice time. She let me use her shower there. That felt really nice. Again, shout out girlfriend. Not showering doesn't seem like a problem for you. Thank you, Baja Bussy Blaster. Wise words. And I was like freaking out about all that stuff. So I came home from my girlfriend's place. It was a very fun time at my girlfriend's place, but immediately after getting home, I locked in and remembered all of the shit that I was stressing over. And I walked in the door. I lost to the needle, which really didn't help. But I walked in the door and I was just like feeling really bad about everything going on. And my mom could tell that something was up. And she was like, what's up, Focus Shock? Because I also make my mother address me as my YouTube handle, or otherwise I don't make payments on the house, and then, you know, she has nowhere to live. So smash like for me. But she was like, hey, what's up, Focus Shock? Something's bothering you. I can tell because, you know, she's my mother and she has eyes. And I essentially just like immediately after walking in the door, I was just like, yeah, we don't have running water and I don't know if we're gonna pay for it. And I was like not bawling, but like I was crying. And she essentially was just like, we're gonna be fine. You're doing your part. Because that's another thing that I was stressing about, was like another thing that I was like really worrying about, specifically me. If you don't know, this is my full-time job, and it's a very emotionally fulfilling job. I love what I do, and I wouldn't trade what I do for the world, but it's not a very financially fulfilling job. So I was worried about being able to pull my weight, because I pay rent, but I pay rent off of like a nest egg that I've saved up from like high school jobs. So I was worried about being able to pull my share, and that was like the majority of where my worries were coming from. And my mom essentially just pulled me aside and was like, dude, you're doing fine. We're going to be fine. You're pulling your share. Lock in. And I was like, wow, thanks, Mom. That was a remarkably short speech that, you know, actually worked. That was like super cool. No, we had a long conversation about it. I cried. Cry more if you don't cry often enough. It's good for you. I was saying that kind of like a joke, but like unironically. But she was essentially just like, yeah, we're going to be fine. We're chilling. Love you. And I was like, thanks. So, you know, that made things a lot better. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to keep it a stack. Great mom. That's what I'm saying. So, yeah, that's where I've been. I've just been worrying about all that shit, and I didn't really want to stream. I don't... it's something that I need to get over. It's like a big get over it moment for me. Get your bag, clip farm more, start crying. You right, actually. I gotta lock in. You right. Water heater ain't gonna pay for itself. Okay, this is what I was gonna say. It's very prophetic, so pay attention. I'm like the smartest person you know, probably, so everything that I say has weight to it and should be taken 100% seriously. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I don't like saying that I needed like a mental health break because I'm a man and we aren't supposed to have feelings, so that feels cringe to me. But like, I needed one, man. I'll say it. So I gotta, I gotta get over that, because like I could have streamed, but like I was not in a good headspace, to say the very least. I was not having fun. Bro said schlet over it. Yeah, can we get 10 minutes on that guy? So that was essentially the escapade for this week. I would rather watch a feel-good shock than a sad shock. That's what I'm saying. And like, yeah, I didn't want to stream when I was like, not in a good headspace. But I'm better now. So it's good you took a break. That's what I'm saying. But so we're chill now. I mean, I still don't have running water. Feel good shock is infinitely better than sad stinky shock. Well, I am kind of still stinky shock. We still don't have running water. And we're probably not going to for a second, but like, again, if I'm keeping it $1.50 with y'all, I mean, I live in the woods. I'm like a backwoods goober. So I mean, the financial aspect of it was like, first and foremost, like 99% of my stress. I could really give a shit if I have running water, dude. We collected rainwater. That shit was like some Ren Fair shit. That's like, I really don't care. I'll either stench max or I'll just dip myself in a bucket of water and then it's funny. Okay, so like that was not really my concern. It was more so just like, that's bad. I don't know if we have money, right? But yeah, I got that sorted out, so we're chilling. Just jump in a lake or river. Well, I would, but like I don't live on like a lake property, and I feel like it would be kind of in poor taste to just go to like a public ass lake, like a boat landing or something, and just like dive in, start washing my balls. So I'm not doing that. I'm essentially just bumming showers off of my girlfriend right now, or like I said, I'm just gonna use like rainwater or some shit like that.